is July 17th, and we're going to talk about an historic abortion death in Pittsburgh in 1901 to just kind of look at what it tells us about what abortion was like prior to legalization. So, at about 9 a.m. on July 17th in 1901, a 23-year-old widow named Juliet, who went by Julia, died in Pittsburgh from complications of an illegal abortion, which she told her family had been perpetrated by Dr. Michael Arnholt. So there's Dr. Arnholt, the dignified mustachioed dude. Her mother, through a French interpreter, said that on or around July 12th, my daughter told me that Dr. Arnold had abused her several times when she was in his office. And I haven't been able to really clearly get what she meant by that Julia said Dr. Arnold had abused her. I don't know whether that meant that it was physical abuse, sexual abuse, or the attempts to perform the abortion were the abuse that she described. So at any rate, Julia went to Arnholt's office on July 12th, and he performed some sort of abortion on her. Julia's sister-in-law said she went with her. Arnholt took Julia back into another area, I'm guessing for privacy. They were there for more than an hour, and Julia was very pale and weak when she emerged and barely able to walk, which indicates that she was injured. Now, Arnholt went to the family home on July 15th, cussing up a storm and berating Julia for telling her family about the abortion. And he called in two other physicians, W.H. McCombs and Dr. George Rossman. Her mother told both of these doctors about the abortion, but they did not report it to the coroner. So they were first censured and then arrested. And that's something people forget. They go, well, the reason it's not documented that there were 5,000 to 10,000 abortion deaths was that you just lie on the death certificate and just put anything you want and nobody's going to catch you. But that's not the case. If you failed to report an abortion death that you knew about, that could make you an accessory to murder after the fact. So, I mean, I've seen cases where the family reported, a neighbor reported, somebody who saw the woman go out of the doctor's office reported, the coroner reported it, the vital records clerk reported it, a funeral director reported it. So lots of people will report these because you're going to get in big trouble if you don't. You are covering up murder if you don't report it. So Julia's brother and sister have been planning to file a suit and expose the abortion practice if Arnholt did not pay them $5,000 to cover the cost of caring for Julia's 21-month-old child. That's about $130,000 in 2020. He reportedly begged them on his knees not to subject him to the ignominy of being exposed as an abortionist. And, he said, putting me behind bars won't bring your sister back. Julia's sister said that a distraught Arnholt pulled toward his hair and told him, I know I did wrong in causing this poor girl to die, and then offered to pay all of the expenses related to Julia's death and $3 a week, which is about $80 in 2020 dollars, for the maintenance of the child until the child turned 21. And Julia's siblings told Arnholt they wanted the money up front instead, but they decided to give him time to think about it, and they said they would go and meet with him on July 23rd to discuss the situation. But several hours before the scheduled meeting, Arnholt committed suicide in his office by shooting himself through the heart. So it kind of ended the investigation there, and he pretty much admitted he did it. And my sources for this, let's go over to the webpage about it. You can see the articles I have from the Pittsburgh Press, Pittsburgh Daily Post, about the suicide and about the abortion. So I'm not just, going to some pro-life site and getting this. And when I was looking for more information, this is like just when I thought it could not get any weirder, I found this about Dr. Arnholt. He was sued by the mother of a murder victim for going in with two other doctors, digging her up and dissecting her. So this guy had issues to begin with. And just to talk about those other two doctors and what happened to them, The grand jury was called because they did not report. He said, I am not going to shield crime, the coroner said, and therefore I must hold you. You must remain here under coroner's arrest until you secure bond. They got bailed out. The others were held as parties for having knowledge of the crime after the fact. Both said regarding the issuance of burial certificate were strict, and that when anything suspicious was ever seen, the certificate was refused. So William D. Evans, who was a clerk, testified that he had issued the certificate permitting the burial, and this indicates, Dr. McCombs and Rossman indicated there was nothing unusual. So those guys got in trouble for not reporting it. Just something to think about.